So we got the big man on the line here, Kwasi. Kwasi Wagwan.
Greetings, people. Greetings. How are you, Shawn?
I'm just here, man, looking at you, the better one, or listening to you, the better one.
Give thanks, brother.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that just locked into the radio station, the best radio station there is, we have Kwasi. Kwasi is what I call jack of all trade when it come to the kitchen. He is, I would say, one of the finalists in the MasterChef Canada Season 2. Is that so, Kwasi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell me about that and how it was for you from start to finish, entering that thing there.
Prior to my time on MasterChef, I worked as a community services counselor. So I ran a day program for special needs men, sometimes men with anger issues or high aggression situations. So I was burning out, and my family recognized that, and the encouragement of my kids, they told me, Dad, you should try out. We watched season 1. I said, man, I could cook circles around these people watching season 1. I said, if I get a chance to bust out my green seasoning upon them, it's over. Oh. But I tried out, and I got the call back, and I made it to the top 50. From the top 50, I made it to the top 25.
So you had to do like an audition?
Yes, man. Everything from scratch.
And what was your audition dish?
My first audition dish for the open casting call was it was my leftovers, brother. It was my leftovers. I took the tonkan meal, I cooked it down, the polenta. I cut them into what looked like French fries, and I made fish cakes with the French fries, with the cornmeal French fries. That was my initial audition dish. And a couple of the people, the tasters, the culinary team, they just walked by it like it was nothing. And I had to stop one of the guys and said, listen, I know that your belly's going to run you because you're tasting a lot of things that maybe aren't tasty. But do your taste buds a favor and taste this. This is something special. And he tasted it. He called over some of the other culinary team, and they started asking me questions from that. That set it in motion. But when I made it to the top 50 and I got to audition in front of the MasterChef judges, I made jerk chicken pot pie right from scratch.
Give me that again. Jerk chicken what?
Jerk chicken pot pie. I'm a born Canadian, a Barnessa. So I know the Canadian culture, and I know our West Indian culture. I know the flavors that we use, and I know the North American presentation, I could say. So that fusion, I've always been of the mindset to fuse different things together that can showcase the West Indian flavors and flair, but also, bridge gaps. It's all about bridging gaps and filling in spaces when it comes to life in general. But, with our culture, we're forever trying to look at your radio station. Yeah. You know what I mean? You guys are bridging gaps and filling in spaces.
For real.
And creating something that the people then benefit from.
So you were the last set of finalists on season 2, I
made it to top 12.
You made it to top 12?
They consider the top 16 the finalists. So when I made it to top 16, I was considered a finalist. And then from that point, they kind of whittled us off one by one. I enjoyed my time there. I can't say I would necessarily do something like that again. They're making a television show, so it's what creates ratings.
You just went there for the experience, and you wouldn't just do it again? That was it?
So like I'm saying, they're making a television show, right? And in making a television show, sometimes the best, I can honestly say in my season, who I consider to be the best chef of my season, definitely won. David George was the winner of season 2, and hands down, he was the best man there for the job. He was the winner. But sometimes when they're making a television show, they want to tell a story, or they want to, and they're not a story. I was there to cook food. I was there to, like I say, I was there to share my culture, because even before that, my mandate as a food superhero was to make good, nutritious, delicious food accessible to people who couldn't otherwise access it. So when they have me on the show and they have me slicing truffle, and I hear the rumors are that one truffle is $200, that's not a wee thing. We not take $200 and spend on one truffle and say, well, you know what I mean? Yeah, $200 can't feed amount of grocery you can eat for how long? You know what I mean? So it was what I do and what I wanted to do didn't necessarily translate well with that style of competition.
I see.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was grateful for my time there, and I'm definitely grateful for the aftermath, because I've had a culinary life since then. Maybe a segue. Since then, I've owned my own eatery. I worked as an executive chef in some big name restaurants downtown, creating menus that they still use in my absence.
Hold on. Because as I said, I told the listeners that you're, I would not say jack of all in the kitchen, but you're also a teacher, and you teach professional
yes, ma'am.
Culinary art.
I sure do. Through Durham College, there's a program. Some of the listeners, if they're fresh out of high school or have a high school student, there's a program called a SHISM program. It's a special high skills major. So the culinary version of that program has someone like me come into the school and teach a course on behalf of the local college, where the students will get credit, their high school credit, but they will also get that equivalent credit in the college if they so choose to pursue that. So for students that I taught in high school that I teach global cuisine. It's an introduction to food, basically. So if you decide that you want to come to culinary school at your local college, at Durham College, Global Cuisine 101 is basically what I teach. It's the lab, it's the fun stuff, it's the cooking food from all over the world. And what I do is I take that into local high schools. So I'm actually teaching high school students, but I'm teaching a college course.
Whoa. Before the CRTC cut me off, let me make this clear, right? I don't want the CRTC to send us a big bill right here on CKMS. I'm not swearing, but you're the creator of Rum Boklat.
Rum? Let me say it like that so they have the hyphenation. Rum Boklat. The word, and I'll give you a quick, I haven't shared a lot of people with the history of the name, Rum Boklat, but it doesn't come from the Jamaican yadi
swear word,
slang swear word. It comes from, so a clot. A clot, to me, if somebody clots you, them open hand box you.
Yes.
You understand?
Uh-huh.
There's a punch. There's a thump. You know the difference. You could say, oh, him punch him in his face.
Yes.
Or somebody could say him thump in his face. But if somebody say him clot him in his face, you know the degree. It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
So when we were talking and naming this drink, this is the big deal. It was the big deal. So we're like, this is a wicked rum punch. And then another bedroom said, no, this is our rum kick. And then another bedroom said, nah, man, this is our rum thump up. And one of the bedrooms, it might have been me. We were all underneath the medis of the rum punch. So none of us could really look back and say, who. But, someone said, nah, man, this is our rum clot.
Woo.
And then we say, nah, this is our rum boklat.
Sure.
And we this is going back about 7 years ago, and we just lost it. We laughed about it, and I kind of tucked it away in the back drawer. But when I started thinking about industry and what I want to do and what I want to leave, a legacy for my family, for my generations to come. I want generations that I never meet to know, say, great-great-grandfather was a man to come and set this liberty and build something so, not only can we be beneficial, but he really tried to make the world a better place.
Yes.
So when I started to study that now, I say, yeah, man, it's a product. It's a product that now, I had the opportunity to talk with one of the grandsons of the Bacardi family. Mm-hmm. And these guys have to work. No mind say you feel, say them have big money. Like the family comes from work ethic. So even the great grandkids now, nobody now eat for free. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And it just reminded me that these things are real. The Marriott Hotel, everybody knows that Marriott is a big deal. You know, that brother that used to sell root beer. He had a little root beer cart.
Until him
and then him had a root beer shop. And then when people come in, and I remember them drinks back in the day, now them had different things in them. So now if you needed a room to go and lie down middle day, he would sell you a room. And now the Marriott Inn is one of the biggest hotels in the world.
For real. And so right now, the Rumbo Clot is a punch, not a rum itself.
It's not a rum. It's a mixed drink. It's a punch. It's a punch of proprietary flavors. I use all natural flavors, fruits, and juices, and it's fantastic. I'm a born Canadian kid, but I've gotten beat from Trinidadian aunties. I've gotten licks from Jamaican aunties. I've gotten licks from Bajan aunties. You understand what I'm saying to you? So not only do I understand the accent very well and I understand the food very well, it's part of, you know what I mean? It's the lingo, it's the vibes, it's in certain cultures we don't know that. I remember growing up, if I could share this quickly, we know Guinness. I'm glad for Guinness when Guinness come true. You know what I mean? And some of my Jamaican family, they know Guinness. But my Trini family called Guinness Chenet. And I never knew what Chenet was. And I've been places. I've been places and offered Chenet. And in my brain, I'm like, I don't know what name sub. I don't want that.
Yes.
Chenet.
Shelly over
but
here.
It's the same thing.
Shelly over here. Shelly over here laughing because she went to Barbados.
She knows.
She calling it Aki.
In Barbados, they call it Aki. But here we are in this little circle of islands, making these little things separate us.
Oh boy.
So you know what we need to do? We need to bridge gaps and fill in spaces.
That's what we said
earlier. Look at a man like Major Hype.
Yes.
His comedy, people fight them. Want to know where him come from. Why can't you just laugh at the joke? Why you want to own the man? Why you want to find out what parish the man come from? If you know him, grandmother, auntie, sister, brother, cousin. Just take a laugh and go on.
Yes,
you don't have to make it so difficult, but this is part of what we still deal with. You know what I mean? We're winning people. Major Hype is winning. All of the scandals and go through. For win people. You're winning people.
For real.
When I go into homes and I'm catering for Jamaican people and they're tasting something different than what them grannies used to do it, like I'm winning people.
And they're asking, what part of Jamaica you're from?
Exactly. Yo, I mean, I'll tell you no lie. When we used to first start cook and I want people to taste my food, I Clarendon come from, you know that?
Clarendonians!
Yo.
Wanna be?
Man, well, sure, I used to hear it in song and DJ and you know what I mean? But, it's real. It's real. For a long time, small island this, small island that. So, nah, man, we're all one, you know.
And
especially when we come here, we're all paying the same cost to live.
Yes. Kwasi, you're making all of these things work. And you're also the owner of Best Life Juices.
So, yes. Best life, it's happenstance. I'm making drinks for people to inebriate themselves and enjoy themselves, yes. But on a bigger thing now, health is our greatest wealth. You understand? So even for myself, if I want to be wealthy and I want to create something, I want to see my youth, them enjoy it. I love to see my grandchildren enjoy the fruits of my labor. So I can't be eating the way that North Americans would have you eat. McDonald's is not real food. These takeouts that they're giving you is not real food. They don't care about nutrition and how it affects your body. They care about the bottom line. And the CRTC might bust upon this, but they care about their bottom line and they care about their shareholders and making money. They don't care if you get sick. If you get sick, them have shares in the Monsanto, make people sick, and then have shares in the medical and big pharma. Like them some people for idiots. So I know that it's a long time for us to, centralize and organize. You hear it in the music, but it's real life. It's a long time for us to centralize and organize. I tell people on a simpler level to reevaluate their relationship with food. Understand where it comes from. Understand how food affects your body. The way Dr. Sebi come and check people up and then he left this realm now and left people wanting and questioning. Yeah. It's not that difficult because we just have to listen. We have to listen, to our bodies and ourselves. And we have to listen to you see the way we live? Grocery store and shopping and buying food from the grocery store and lining it up in your storehouse. That's all new, eh?
New, my brother, I tell you the truth.
That's new. That's new.
So
that's new.
This 3-day cleanse.
That's newer than care.
Talking about olive food going in your stomach. You had this 3-day cleanse.
That's the next thing because. Let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. These things, the creator of every living thing, the creator of us designed these things to benefit us. Something as simple as CMOS. The human body takes 102, I say 103 because I'm not always know, 103 minerals, unique minerals and vitamins that make us up that are required for us to stabilize and have life. Something like CMOS has 92 of these minerals. So if you catch 92 on a test, mark out 103. It's only West Indian parents that would be like, why you not make perfect?
Leave my parents alone. You're not gonna...
They're mine too. We love them. But 92 out of 103 is big things. Because say McDonald's and the Colonel, they can't call them names. Say the Clown and the Colonel and the Kentucky and these places, they don't have that. They're not considering what's in it and how it benefits and works for our benefit and body. They don't care about that. But CMOS is now all the rage. Everybody has to eat. Every country is trying to hold CMOS. CMOS is in the ocean. No country owns anywhere in the ocean. Mm-hmm. They might own the land going up to the ocean. So the Caribbean Sea is the Caribbean Sea. From the CMOS come out to the Caribbean Sea, that's something that was sustaining Granny. That was something that was just natural. You know what I mean? The 3-day cleanse, I watched how people can be benefited by giving their digestive tract a break. We call it fasting. We call it, and fasting is great for the brain too, but just to take a break.
Boy, Kwasi, me love my food.
Yes, sir, but how much more, listen, you love your sunny days too. You love your nice summer days too, but would you appreciate them that much if we weren't shoveling the snow we had shoveled last week and the week before?
Yeah. Where I come from.
You know what I mean? The fact that we go through this natural ebb and flow, you understand, is why we enjoy it so much. And if you think about the way the world has changed, remember, can I tell you, the grocery store is new.
Yes.
If you think about the way the world has changed to fit We want go in a grocery store and push cart and walk around and put thing in a cart and check out, then go home and line it up in a cupboard and pantry, then build house with extra pantry. So people said, no, that we have to have a more natural relationship with food. All the food that you see in the grocery store and at the pantry, them food dead long time. Them food not no nutrition to build you. So it's better. If you love your food, make sure you eat natural food. If you eat out a box and can, it's good to take a break. I always tell, I'm an educator, and I always see, you can see a kid who eats out a box and can versus a kid who eats natural food.
Yeah.
And in Babylon, what them call is jail cell. Them call it the box, or them call it the can.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't eat out a box and can and end up in a box and can.
Can't bother with you, know.
No, but the system set up so, and I'm it.
So this meal prep plan now that you have with
yes,
the jerk chicken and the
no,
jerk chicken
don't tell
pie.
the people that. Don't tell the people that. That's not part of the meal prep. Actually, we're doing a food-filled February. This month I'm doing a half-price meal prep. You're gonna make the people them run off my phone.
So I lied.
You did. There's the jerk chicken pot pie is available. You could find me, the food guide. You could find me on anything. I work with a company called When You. When You is actually out in your side of the world. They were looking to get a distributor for my jerk chicken pot pies, my oxtail pies, the saltfish and ackee, the saltfish and callaloo pies. We do everything in a pie shell. We also do everything in a spring roll. We're looking to get those things not only into grocery stores and marketable, but we're looking just to get those things across Ontario and then Canada. But the meal prep that I do, I try to, because I know a lot of people live for takeout. A lot of people are stuck eating garbage, and they're picking the best of the worst case scenario. Mm-hmm. So for the month of February, I'm doing 20 meals for $120. It works out to $6 per meal, and you're getting 4 ounces of protein. Whether the protein is animal protein, I cook chicken, I cook fish, and I cook beef. Or whether it's, bean protein or another form, they're getting 4 ounces of protein, and I set up the meals with individual clients, create a profile for them, and we go from there. It's something that I do regularly, but just to draw attention to it, I decided to run a promo for the month. I'm opening up something called I'm rambling on. So anytime you can't stop me, you want to stop me,
Go on, man.
All
promotion
right.
is promotion.
I'm opening up something called the Douglas Food Emporium and Culinary Institute in Ajax. It'll be open for July 1st. That's our tentative open date, Canada Day. And it will be a place where you could come and get all the things that I had mentioned before. Yeah. Our liquid gold, our best life juices. Liquid gold is a drink that I do with turmeric and soursop and ginger and key lime and pineapple juice. Anytime Mr. Vegas is in Canada, he sends his man them to come and link me for liquid gold. But not tell you no lie, you can't link him right now and ask him.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So where our listeners could hit you up?
They can find me on social media, The Food God. If you type in The Food God, D-A, Food God, you can find me anywhere. If you type in my name Kwasi Douglas, Mr. Good Youth, you can find me anywhere. I'm on the main social medias. We'll be greater soon.
And if we're not on social media, where we could hit you up?
If you can, somebody I forget the number from social media. When you have to type in the www my name, and I'm sure a number will come up.
So like I'm on a 72-year-old now and get in touch with him. I forget him son to look you up.
No man, you forget you get one of the youth them to come sort it out because you not drive till come get your jobs if you're old. So we're there. We're trying to get we're trying to get it out. We're definitely trying to make what we do a household name between everything that we do, whether it's our alcohol line where we're trying to distill our own and become self-sufficient when it comes to that. And share that with the people then. So we'll get there. You soon see me in a grocery store out there.
Oy.
Something decent to take home.
For real. Well, Kwasi, pick up yourself, man. It was nice talking to you.
Yo, thank you so much. I truly appreciate the time.
I'm loving it, man. Pick up yourself.
Love and blessings to everyone listening.
Minutes before we get to the top of the hour of 8 o'clock. Just talk to Kwasi. CRTC, Canadian Radio, Television Communication. Don't hit me up with a fine. It's just a rum punch. It's called Rumbokla. So make sure you hit up the food god, Kwasi Douglas.